Cool. Okay, so I'm Raakhi and I've been using Dermatica for like coming up to 9 months now. I was recovering from a bit of a reaction to a brand that I was trialing and had just been left with like really awful pigmentation. My skin texture was all over the place and I just needed something to like level the playing field. So sweep in Dermatica to save the day. Before I started Dermatica, my skin, I would say, was an absolute mess. I was recovered like in terms of like the treatment for the reaction that I'd had through a dermatologist that I'd finished, and I was just kind of a bit of a loss. Once that support from the dermatologist ends, it's almost like, okay, there's so much information out there, like where do you start, what's good, what's not, like basically just the scarring that I was left with after the reaction and even after the dermatologist treatment. Had lots of ice pick scarring, loads of hyperpigmentation and still like odd spots here and there. And I think the lowest point for me was just feeling embarrassed to even be outside. And I think it was more just that like I'm quite a comfortable, confident person. I'm very comfortable in my own skin, and to feel as though like I couldn't even go outside without makeup on was just, it wasn't me, and I just felt like I had to be like just a different version of myself that I didn't really like. And I'm always a person that's like, doesn't matter how you look, it's what's on the inside, but actually you have to feel good on the inside as well. And that was a really big part of like, actually this skin issue was actually really affecting my mental health. It was horrible. I felt so ugly. I just felt like I didn't want to go outside, just lost all my confidence. Sorry guys. And yeah, like the only people I would really want to talk to were like family, or I guess my dermatologist who was trying to help me. But yeah, that couldn't be more different now, so yeah, sorry. So I started using Dermatica first time around June, July 2022, maybe a bit earlier, because there was an influencer that I found on Instagram. The influencer that had been using Dermatica had really similar skin to what I had, and also had been through a bit of an issue that had kind of led her to use Dermatica. And I thought if it worked for her, it has to work for me. Great. Took a plunge and just started using it and saw results within 2 months. So I was really pleased and wouldn't look back, to be honest. So the best bit of skincare advice I've probably had is don't listen to other people and don't follow everything on the internet. Trendy things don't always last or work for long, and where's the backing behind it? Like, do they know your skin type? How do you know that's going to work for you? I think skincare is so individual. It's your face, like don't take risks with it. And I tell everybody this now, like if you can afford it, go and get a subscription skincare done, go and see a dermatologist, get a routine put together, like actually care for it like you care for other bits of your body, or like care for it like you'd care for your puppy, you know, like really care for it. One of the biggest decisions for me when I signed up to Dermatica, aside from the fact that I'd seen somebody with very similar skin and a journey to me using it, was the before and afters and kind of the transparency. I didn't feel like the befores and the afters were so drastic that you were mis-selling me something for my skin. It was very like gradual. And I loved that it wasn't always just like A and B, but some of them were A, B, C, D. So you could see like people were going on a journey. And I think that was really transparent. So I wasn't like expecting a miracle within the first month or within the first 6 weeks. But actually it was a very realistic portrayal of what could happen and what would happen for my skin. And part of that is that consistent check-in and that consistency with the routine, and you know, the routine adapting and kind of growing with you as you kind of go on the journey. If there was advice that I was to give to somebody who was about to start Dermatica or was thinking about it, I would just say go for it. Like, I really don't think you've got anything to lose apart from maybe a few pounds if you hate it, but the initial like offers that you get for starting are really good. And I think for that reason, to provide like some reassurance for you that actually this is quite low risk if you don't like it. There's so much transparency out there. So my journey, for one, like I'm hopefully as real as it gets with this stuff. Like I'm quite open, really honest with that stuff, but also other people's journeys that they put on their social media. And actually, even if you just email them and be like, I'm thinking about starting, but I'm really worried, like I need to know this, this and this, they will come back to you. And I think they are a brand that genuinely want to help people with their skin. And it's the one brand that's helped me feel like I could maybe go back outside again without makeup on and like genuinely start to feel like myself again. So 100% do it, go and try it, and actually come and shout at me if it doesn't work for you, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. Starting to cry and I was like, my makeup artist hat came on like stop. Oh,
you can shout in the background.
Stop crying! So I don't really get nervous talking about my skin, so I wasn't nervous to talk to you about my skin today. If anything, I kind of just wanted to represent and kind of let people that look like me and maybe feel like they might have skin like me or even have been through something like me know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I've always said this, I say this professionally, but also to my friends, like you have to be your own best friend and you have to do what you would tell your best friend to do. So like go and try the treatment, go and get some advice, go to a professional. And so I'm less nervous and more just happy to be able to tell people that it's something that you should do that's good for you.